What's up, y'all? Farmer Q here on this beautiful day on today. And today we're going to be taking y'all with us as we plant some Mississippi watermelon, some strawberry watermelon, Burmese okra, Jerusalem artichoke, as well as some ginger. These are all plants that thrive really well in the month of May, and they push through the summer with a lot of growth and vigor. So the Burmese okra is a summer favorite. It's all about the heat of the summer and everything that comes along with it. This plant is such a summer mainstay that if you plant it a little bit too early, you're oftentimes going to not have as much success with it. And this applies to our watermelon plants as well, which we're going to get right to. The Mississippi watermelon is definitely a mainstay in the garden, as it's already proven itself as one of the best selections that we can grow for this area. In this small garden area, it produced over 7 melons that were of great size and wonderful sweetness, and it just had no complaints. So why wouldn't we plant another one of these, or some more of these in general? So the strawberry watermelon is a variety of watermelon that I've had for a while that I've been waiting to try for a few years now, and the red, sweet looking flesh of it that goes all the way to the rind and leaves a nice thin rind, it's something about it that makes me want to just try it out and see if we can grow it to completion and get us some sweet, juicy watermelon. So ginger is a summer-loving plant that you just can't go wrong with. Not only that though, ginger is one of the most easily accessible plants that you can get. You can actually go right up to your grocery store, get some ginger root, wet it up, wait for it to sprout, and then you're good to plant that right as it is. So last but not least, we have our Jerusalem artichoke, and I got this off of Amazon and just planted it. I love the look of it, and I can't wait to actually get the root crop that comes from it. So let's get right into it. So the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and pull some of these weeds out. The weeds that we're pulling in particular are nutsedge. So we might get the nutlet out, which is the part that the weed actually grows from, or we might just break it. But either way, we're doing our part in hampering the growth of this invasive weed so that we can go ahead and plant our seedlings. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of these weeds. All right, y'all, so now that we've gotten our weeds cleared from the area, we're gonna go ahead and get our holes established for the Mississippi watermelon, the strawberry watermelon, and the Burmese okra plants as well. So let's do that as well. So as you can see here, I got 2 rows. I got a row of 5 coming down here, and I have a row of 5 coming down through here. What I'm gonna do in these 2 rows is put strawberry watermelon in one and put Mississippi watermelon in the other one. I have my planting holes preset already, so I'm just gonna put my Mississippi watermelon in the right side row here, and then come in the bottom row right here with my strawberry watermelon. So we got our little holes dug. We're just gonna come here with this Mississippi watermelon we got here. And I guess we'll go 2 per hole, just to make sure that we get good germination. That's 2. That's 2. That's 2. That's 2. There's 2 more. Now we just come through and we bury our seeds. Now we got our next row, which is going to be our strawberry watermelon. Now with this strawberry watermelon, I got less seeds, so I'm gonna go 1 seed per hole and just hope for the best, hope for 100% germination across the board. So we got our holes pre-dug, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and, oh, missed, 5. So we go ahead and bury it. We're gonna leave these holes somewhat exposed just a little bit because I want the soil to be warm enough to enable these seeds to germinate well. Because watermelon seeds like to have nice warm soil for germination, and you want to make sure that they have that part covered. So next up, we're gonna go ahead and plant our ginger plant, and boy oh boy, it's gonna get a nice spot. It's gonna get a spot right at the tip of the bed, and I'm gonna allow it to grow as high and as strong as it wants to grow in that spot. So let's go ahead and get it planted. So I'm actually planning to plant my ginger right here in this spot. I want to plant it on somewhat of a downslope, but I want to give it plenty of room to actually grow strong roots. So we're gonna go ahead and move this mulch layer out of the way here, and we're gonna make us a nice size hole for our ginger in this spot right here. And yeah, I'm gonna make a nice size hole here. And while we're at it, we get to get a nice look at the soil down below. I always like to take whatever opportunity I can to look into the soil and make sure that it's going really well. So we've got our hole established. Now we'll get our beautiful ginger plant here, and y'all check this plant out. It is a large and in-charge ginger plant. It's in a 1-gallon pot, and she is ready to go in the ground. She has 3 different spears growing already, and we're gonna go ahead and put her in the ground so we can get plenty of nice, beautiful ginger root from this spot. So let's take these roots out and see what we're looking like in our root zone here. So look at that, y'all. I wanna give y'all a quick look at that root zone before we go into our pot, into our ground. But yeah, the roots are nice and fibrous, they're strong. They haven't taken over the pot just yet, but we're gonna give this plant a full season to do exactly what it wants in this hole right here. We'll make it a little bit deeper. There we go. Just like that. Kind of put a little tilt on it. Go ahead and cover her up. We'll get this mulch back down on her. And yeah, we'll cover up this soil that we exposed right here. We'll just allow this ginger to sit right here. So last but not least, y'all, we're gonna plant our sunchoke, our Jerusalem artichoke. We're gonna plant this right back here where our Christmas pole lima bean was last season. And we're gonna let this Jerusalem artichoke get as big and as strong and vigorous as it wants to get. So why don't we go ahead and give y'all a look at that. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a Jerusalem artichoke, also known as a sunchoke. And yes, this produces a nice root piece for you to eat on, for you to snack on, for you to do many things with. And you can also propagate it from the roots as well. But let's go ahead and get this planted in its forever home. And we're gonna go ahead and show you all how that looks as we do it. So as I said, I'm gonna actually plant this right here in this spot. We got a little nut sedge right here. We'll go ahead and pull that up and make sure that we get that out of the ground to allow this plant to really just take over and dominate as it so chooses in this spot. We don't want any interruption from this nut sedge, and if this nut sedge comes back, we're gonna also pull it then as well. But how we're gonna do this, we're just gonna move this mulch layer right to the side here. We're gonna go ahead and just make our entry point right here. The soil's nice and rich because this is where the Christmas pole lima bean was last season. And you know, this is also where the remains of the landscape fabric was. So it's not gonna make much of a difference because I'm gonna make the hole as big as I need to, but this hole is just full of fertile, beautiful soil. So we're gonna go ahead and take our Jerusalem artichoke out so you can see how we look in our root zone. I always like to do our root zone reveal. Oh, look at that. So we have a root system on here. The pot's kind of dry. It's okay though. We're gonna get this in this nice, juicy, beautiful, rich soil. We're gonna restore the roots back to 100%, not like they're really damaged or anything, but let's go ahead and put this baby in the ground. Oh, look at that. She likes it. She likes it. So we're gonna go ahead and bury this with the rest of our mulch, as well as the surrounding soil. Press it down just a little bit to get that good root contact that we like. And we are good to go with our sunchoke right here. So I figured right here would be a great spot for our Burmese okra. It literally gets the most midday sun out of anywhere else in the garden, as well as it's just clear of everything but a few nutsedge grasses that, you know, we always come around and pull. So we're gonna go ahead and find our emitter points and just put our fresh Burmese okra seed right in this spot. We gotta move some wood chips because we got a thick wood chip layer. So we'll plant one right here. There's one, there's 2, 3, 4, got 5, we have 6. We sprinkle a little water down in our spots that we planted our okra, just to make sure that everything gets good contact. After we get these few sprinkles, we'll be set to go.